Hello, and welcome to this bonus episode of the Infamous Podcast. I'm Brian.
I'm Darryl.
And Darryl, it's a brand new day, Spider-Man, a review.
I'm doing the Spider-Man little web shooting thing, but obviously can't see.
You're so gay.
Over the...
Just so gay. Anyway, all right. Welcome to the show. That was my best NPR impersonation. Anyway, hey, we're talking about the biggest movie in the world right now. I kind of wanted to do this yesterday because we're going to record another podcast tomorrow, but there's too much to talk about this week. Yeah. So before we get into the review, and we'll talk about the box office. I've been talking about the box office kind of ad nauseum, right? And just dunking on pretty much everything. I mean, the Odyssey's at almost $1 billion after 2 weeks. God, that movie's only been out no, that's not right. Oh, that's right.
Came out the 17th.
Yeah, this is the third week. Sorry, my bad. No, I was looking at the movie rank. It's been the top ranked movie since July 17th. Good for them, by the way. It's a fine movie. Seriously, it's a fine movie.
Yeah, it's
fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, but again, other than the Friday, which counts Thursday in this case, it made $50 million, whereas Spider-Man made 47 on the Monday after.
That is insane.
Avengers Endgame made 33 on the first Monday.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm loving this. At no point during any 4-day span did Supergirl make $47 million.
Did it make $47 million off?
It made $125 million globally. Superman also did not make 47 in one single day. Now, if you look at the Friday, that counts Tuesday to Friday, but it did not make $47 million in one day.
Supergirl is meaningless to me. I don't care. But the fact that Superman did not make $47 million in one day. Superman. Mm-hmm. Superman did not make $47 million.
You're talking about Superman? Superman? You mean practice? So, just for shits and giggles, the Monday for No Way Home was $37 million, and that was in December. That wasn't a July, August, peak summer movie.
Right.
It did 121 for its Friday in previews, 73 for Saturday, 64 for Sunday, and then 37. Whereas when we're talking about brand new day, yes, it is. It did 168, 101, 88, 47.
Good grief. I mean,
and that's
these box office numbers are
just
crazy.
Domestic.
Yeah.
It's at $1,052,956,180 right now.
In what, 6 days? 5 days?
Well, that's just through Monday. They haven't put the Tuesday numbers. The Tuesday number. I thought the Tuesday numbers were going to be up when we started talking about this. So, I've been hitting refresh on Box Office Mojo. Come on,
F5.
Give me the drug. Give it to me. Or what did Ryback say? Feed me more. But yeah. So it ended up being in 4,487 theaters for the opening weekend. And like I told you, at the Regal Theater in Mason, Ohio, right down the road, just 6 miles from my house, there were 45 showings a day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
45 that is hilarious.
And that's 2 RPX 3D. That's 3 standard RPX. It was like, I think they were like 4 or 5 just regular 3D, and then the rest were just standard theaters.
They still do 3D. I kind of forgot about 3D.
Yeah,
that there's those in the things.
I didn't think 3D was a thing either, but here we are. I accidentally saw the first Guardians in 3D the first time I saw it. I didn't pay attention to the theater I was booking, and I went in and it was 3D, and I didn't grab the glasses, and I was like, oh well. I'm just gonna watch it blurry. Because I hate 3D glasses. I hate them. Anyway, all right.
So today in the Florence, Cinemark Florence, there were 35. There are 35 showings, right? And that's just today. That's Wednesday. Today.
That's just on a Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh man. I wonder if somebody's going to do like that Titanic fan where it was, I don't know if it's a male or female, that they watched Titanic like 50 times in the theater or something ridiculous. Might have been even worse.
You know what I kind of want to do is go back and watch it in every theater that is showing in that day. Like it's on every screen.
Is that a Guinness record, do you think?
No. But I do highly recommend seeing this movie in the theater, and I do highly recommend seeing it on the biggest, loudest screen you can find.
Highly recommend, yes.
Yeah. Do you know we don't actually have an IMAX in Cincinnati?
No, the closest is Indy, right?
Yeah, the real one. Like there's one in Indy, and I think there's one in Louisville. We need IMAX here, a real IMAX. We used to have a real one down at Newport on the Levee, but it closed.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Shall we get to the review? Enough banter.
Let's do it.
Enough of the witty banter.
And box office.
We'll talk more about the box office tomorrow on the real podcast, by the way. Okay. So I am going to glaze this movie for a second, if that's okay.
With your Crisco?
With, some Crisco. No, actually, I'm going to like glaze. I'm going to make a nice little like glaze with some like teriyaki and some cornstarch, a little agave. Anyway, this is the Spider-Man movie I have wanted to see since I was a little kid. An actual, like, fully realized adult Peter Parker who was like struggling. He's got that Parker luck, trying to balance life and Spider-Man and failing at both, and then figuring it out.
So you want him to be miserable too?
What do you mean too? I'm not miserable. I have a great life.
No. I mean, you meaning like other folks.
Yeah.
See, that's never been. Well,
so
I get
he's
that.
not miserable. That's the beauty about Peter Parker.
I will
never
say
miserable.
That, yeah.
So.
Well, no, his circumstances are miserable.
Yes.
Which sometimes shows out him to be miserable with like in just a scene here and there, not like overarching. Like he's just miserable all day long. Right. That's not what it is.
Yeah.
What I liked about this as far as, and that's a great point, what you said, as far as I've loved all the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. The one issue I've had is that he's always not quite, but close to being a sidekick in his own movie.
Yes.
And this time he's the one with the sidekick.
Yeah. Well, because he was like Iron Boy, you know? That was the joke,
right.
That Tom Holland didn't play Spider-Man. He played Iron Boy.
Yeah.
Kid Iron Man.
Which, again, I love the movie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Far From Home I liked. I mean, I really liked Mysterio. But, again, it was that he never felt like he was the one, he being Spider-Man, was the one in the driver's seat, so to speak, of his destiny.
Because even with No Way Home, he was completely overshadowed by Andrew Garfield.
Right. So having it like this finally was just, music to my eyes and ears and soul.
Yeah. Yeah. So So the guys who wrote this, well, okay, let's talk about the director real quick. So his name is Destin Daniel Cretton. He's built his reputation telling intimate, character-driven dramas before moving into blockbuster filmmaking. His films almost always focus on flawed people dealing with trauma, identity, and family, which made him an interesting choice for Spider-Man. And I think he did a really good job. The only movie of his that I've seen was Just Mercy with Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx. But he works with Brie Larson a lot.
What has he been?
Well, I guess twice of his movies. The Glass Castle with her, Woody Harrelson, and Naomi Watts was just based off of some book. And then she was in Just Mercy.
Oh, see, I never saw Just Mercy.
Was Captain Marvel and Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings?
No.
Okay. I will say in the first 4 days, Spider-Man made more than Shang-Chi did worldwide. Just throwing that one out there. And then it was written by Chris McKenna and Erik Sommers. They wrote most of seasons 1 through 4 of Community, collaborating with Dan Harmon. So there's definitely that influence on there. And then they wrote Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
And they worked on the screenplay for Ant-Man and the Wasp. And they were story contributors on Lego Batman. They did the screenplays for Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, which was the first one. And then the screenplay for Jumanji Next Level. So...
Well, they're doing a fine job with the Spider-Man movies. I can
I know.
tell you that.
Like, thank you, fellas. Let's go. But yeah, so I really like this. I loved, well, one, it had a totally different tone and feel and look from at least the current slate of Marvel slop. But for the other Spider-Man movies, it was much more muted. It was like darker. Like New York felt lived in. It was the opposite of the Daredevil movies or Daredevil cartoon on live action on Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus. It felt lived in. It was kind of dirty. I'm pretty sure he needs a tetanus shot after waking up and falling through the alley. Now, it is believable that he can fall and hit every fire escape on the way down and survive.
Oh, you mean not like Black Widow?
Not like Black Widow. That was the first thing I saw when he hit that first one. I was like, yeah, he's fine. I mean, he's, I guess we did learn what bullets are not bulletproof for him. So,
yeah.
But, I thought this was great. I have some minor nitpicks. I do like a fan theory that's going on around there about Jean Grey. By the way, we're going to spoil the shit out of this.
Yes.
Just heads up. We need to start saying that earlier. Maybe I'll go with this stinger, but
I would just say, we can just say, hey, okay, let's give our first impressions. After that, it's spoiler time.
All right. So first impressions, go.
This movie, as we were just saying, is where we want Spider-Man to be. It's fantastic action, and more so than the action, because all of them have had good action, not as quite as good as this one. It's the story. It's the story of Peter Parker finding himself and understanding who he is while chaos reigns around him, and it's about identity in a way, and accepting who you are. I really liked where we left off. Again, I only have one big nitpick, which I'm interested to hear the fan theory. As far as a comic book movie, this is one of those movies from a narrative spine. It goes deeper than just being a comic book movie, and good comics are like that. Mm-hmm. Good comics, you can take off the masks and stuff, and they're human stories, regardless of superhuman powers. They're human stories, and that's what draws a lot of people to characters like Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. And this movie, more than anything, even again, we both like the other ones, but more than anything, I think this movie really focuses on puts that into focus that this is a human story with a character who just happens to have superhuman powers.
Yes. I like that it's a Spider-Man street level story. He's going around, he's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. I actually really liked how much they took from the Insomniac. Is it game? Insomniac, right?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
from the game. Like the phone Detective DeWolf was great. She was like I feel like she was a great character for him. And that was where'd she go? It was the lady from she was the sous chef in the Bear.
In Bear, yeah.
And I'm trying to, gosh, they have like giant biographies for these people. She's not even listed in the cast. Hold on. Anyway, the relationship between him and DeWolf was really, really great. I liked my favorite part of the entire movie was the scene with him and Ned at the very end. The most entertaining part of the movie, aside from the web swinging, was him and Frank Castle. And it's Sabrina Guevara. No, wait. Yeah, no, sorry. It's Lisa Colon Zayas. Oh, she's married to the guy that plays Angel on Dexter.
On Dexter?
Yeah,
really?
Because that's her husband in The Bear too. So, interesting. So she plays Jean DeWolf, who's the detective, like who has Peter's phone number, which is great. They have a great chemistry together, like apart. Like the way they had chemistry is really hard to do, right? And like it's a testament to the writing and the directing because they're not talking to each other on the phone when they're doing that. But the characters had so much great chemistry. Like you don't even know my kids' names. Well, one of them is named Poppy, and he was just kidding, but still, it was like it was great.
That's one of those things that really could have gotten out of hand quickly.
Yeah.
But they did a good job of making those moments between those two characters count and mean something and not just for reasons. A lot of movies do just stuff for there was a reason for each one of their conversations to and to your point, that first conversation we have with them, it does come across like they've known each other
well, it's been 4 years.
For years.
That's the cool thing about it is there's a 4-year time jump, which we kind of see a little montagey thing at the beginning. We got some classic comic cover like motion scenes there where he was like swinging and he grabbed the guy like Amazing Stories 15. When Tombstone is holding him out on the steel girder, that's a comic book cover. When he's swinging and the webs are spinning around him, that's a comic book cover. Like it was like there's so much reverence for the character. And I think Spider-Man, as far as the MCU movies go, is really one of the few characters that they haven't fucked with.
Yeah. Agreed.
For the MCU, specifically for the MCU.
Yes. Yeah, I would agree with that.
But I liked that the trailer actually didn't give a ton away.
Yes.
I think that was important.
And again, we both agree with this over the years, especially lately in the last several years, that give us a maybe a 40-second teaser, and then a month or so later, give us the full trailer, and that's it. Yeah. That's all we need, especially for movies like this, because you don't need to sell the shit out of this movie. Just give us a good 2-minute trailer. Doesn't tell us the story, but gives us enough character moments and enough splices of action, and say, hey, this is what you're going to see.
I will say the other thing is I would have liked to seen an actual like in credit scene with some of the villains that they cut out. Cause like Boomerang is in the movie and things like that. But it would have been nice to see that like in the movie, because I do feel like the end credit scene, because I was stupid and read the leaks for Doomsday, ends up being a nothing burger for this movie, and it's
Right.
not enough of a tease for the next one.
No.
So, all right. So this movie has a lot of themes that it deals with. It's identity, it's sacrifice, it's how do you start over after trauma, great power, great responsibility. I'm wearing my Enso ring right now. The loneliness of it, community and hope, right? Tom Holland. This is the best acting I've ever seen him do.
He's fantastic. I mean, he's always been good in this role. And you gotta. It's funny because it reminds me of Stranger Things, not in the ability of the actor, but how he's grown up in this role. Mm-hmm. I mean, now granted, he wasn't a 15-year-old kid, but he was still 20 years old or something like that.
He's 29 he got the role right now.
So I mean, he was. Civil War was 16. I believe
so 10 years. So he
but
was...
when he I'm just talking about when they film, if you talk about filming, or when he would, like, you look at some of his audition tape for it, it looks like he does look like he's 15.
Right.
But he's grown up in this role, and seeing his performance here, like he hits like all the gamut of emotions. And he's great. And I know I haven't seen him in everything.
Yeah.
But I would agree with that. Like, this is, as far as what I've seen him in, this is his best performance.
Yeah.
Not just Spider-Man, but just in overall as an actor, his best performance.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And then like, I mean, seeing the scenes of the flashbacks to them when they're looking at the memories, it's so like glaring how young they look, you know?
Yeah. Right.
But yeah, I can't get over how good this movie was, how good it looked. The sound, the music, all of it, the thwip, was great. It's just one of those things where it's like, yes, please, let's go.
You mentioned the thwip. It's hilarious because at one point, all I could hear when I was hearing that was thwip and swing.
Right.
Thwip and swing.
I mean, isn't that what he was saying?
that was from which one? The Into the Spider-Verse. It was when Miles was getting taught by Pete.
But that's what Peter was saying, right? Or was he saying web and swing?
I don't,
because he was talking to himself the first time when he was taking Mary Jane to Frank the first time. I thought he was saying thwip and swing.
He was web. It was web
and swing. Okay.
Yeah. But that so much reminded me of that scene.
Yeah, which is funny. I thought Sadie Sink did a great job. I think they didn't give her enough to do necessarily. I think people are going to be confused about Sarah Gray. She's an actual character. She is she's like a Blue Lantern to a Green Lantern. She can enhance like any mutant around her. She can enhance their powers, but she's not as strong as Jean.
Yeah.
I loved when her telekinesis got turned on.
Oh, yeah, I kind of geeked out on that scene.
So it was like,
which, by the way, we are spoiling right now in case we already said that. So we already said that. But I will say my biggest issue with this movie has to do with her, and what you just said. One, I think they could have given her a little bit more depth of character, not just because the scene with her sister is a really strong scene, and especially when she understands the VMAX. Right. Which was heartbreaking.
Yeah.
This is the thing, and I know people, one of the things I noticed is people get on their roles, and I mean people online, and say certain things about, oh, she's a woman, that's why they're doing it. I did not like how callous that they seemed to display when she was jumping in bodies and putting people in harm's way.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that for the character herself.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean she had to, she had to have kid gloves on, but some of their decisions, it was almost too much to the point they were trying to make her on the precipice of villainy only to come back at the end. Like the example, and I actually blame, again, the writers for this part, is when she takes possession of the guy and he's, threatening MJ,
Mm-hmm.
and she walks the guy into the street, and the guy gets hit, just gets crushed by the car.
Right.
Peter would not have allowed that to happen.
No, because he's got the no one dies rule. I don't think this Spider-Man has that rule.
Well, but he did activate instant kill in Endgame,
right.
But I mean, those were Thanos' soldiers. But
those aren't people. They're whatever they're called.
They're living beings.
Are they?
I mean, I was about to say he saved a squirrel, but I'm sorry, that was Superman.
I mean, that's about the extent of Superman's like saving ability, though, in the James Gunn DC.
Yeah, in the James Gunn, James Gunn verse.
He can save a squirrel, dude. If an asteroid's coming, like meteors bearing down on that Earth, they're fucked.
So I didn't like that. I thought they could have cleaned that up. Mm-hmm. And have you ever seen the movie Fallen?
I love Fallen with Denzel Washington and John Goodman. Yeah. That movie is great.
I just watched it a couple weeks ago, but watching her switch bodies reminded me of Azazel when he would go through the other people.
Yeah, Jeremy Johns brought that up in his like spoiler talk.
Yeah, I know, because that, like, watching it, I don't think I thought about it really when I was watching the trailer, but seeing it in live action, I was like, or the actual movie, was I couldn't help but think of that movie. Fallen, which you're right, I love that movie.
I didn't necessarily love the idea of like possession the way they did it, like the way she dealt with the guy who was driving her car is more of how like a telepath would like work.
Yeah, so
the whole like, and I get it, the possession was the MacGuffin to put MJ in peril. I'll also say this is the first time in a long time I've really, really liked Zendaya in a role.
I thought she was really good.
We did not get Zendaya face once.
No, I really, again, as far as growing into the role, I liked her I liked her performance, but I didn't like her character in season 1 of Euphoria. Like, she was just.
Did you watch season 3 yet?
I haven't watched season 2 yet, so
Rue gets her comeuppance. Don't you worry. Okay.
But
everybody who needed to have comeuppance in that show got their comeuppance at the end of season 3. It's great.
But yes, I would agree. She was fantastic in this movie.
Yes, she was great. And one of the things I was listening to is they wanted MJ to be kind of completely normal, like no weirdness, like no conspiracy theory stuff, because she was talking about how they're like, oh, well, she's gonna be afraid of Frank Castle, and it's like, no, Frank Castle is a kindred spirit.
Yes, absolutely.
And so the fact that they were able to like let her go through with that, because like her idea of living in a shipyard in a tugboat that's in dry dock is like right up like in that version of MJ's alley.
Yes. Yeah, I again, there were so many moments with characters, like having them meet for the first time.
Yeah.
And, her just, taking, like, not getting an attitude when he's like, you don't ask about my family. Right. But then afterwards, like, yeah, I see why you like, I kind of like her. I see why you like her. And they both say the same.
I see why you like her.
Yeah.
Ned in Black Widow was great. Black Widow is great in this, Helena. is hilarious. You handle the small potatoes, the very teeny tiny potatoes. The new Avengers, we handle the big potatoes.
So that was, to be funny enough, I did not know she was in this.
I didn't either. So I was like, when she was going to Brighton Beach, I'm like, what's Spider-Man like? No, Doctor Strange is in Manhattan. Falcon is fuck all. He can't help anyway. He's worthless. Who's in Brighton Beach? And it turned out to be Black Widow in a bathhouse of all the Russian things you could be in.
Yeah. I to be fair, I could have taken I love Florence Pugh as an actress, and I really like her as Yelena. I loved her in Thunderbolts. I could have taken her, left her in this movie. I thought she was fine. That was her role. Her scenes were the most overly comedic in the movie, which did a great balance, by the way, of balancing, not doing what the MCU has done these past few years.
Do you know why she was in this movie?
What do you mean?
I don't think she was in the original script. She's in this movie because the new Avengers did so bad at the box office that nobody knows who these characters are. They're going to get to Doomsday and they're going to have Sentry and Red Guardian and Ghost and people are going to be like, who the fuck is Sentry? Why is Bob from Top Gun Maverick in this movie as Bob? It's one of those things that, because they've got this massive universe changing, movie and then Secret Wars coming out, they need to introduce these characters to the larger audience. Also, nobody watched Hawkeye. I think Hawkeye was one of the best Disney Plus Marvel shows. But
I don't think
did not watch that.
Yeah, there's no doubt it is to me. But
it's the one we enjoyed the most for sure.
Yeah, but again, it doesn't. This is the thing. People get so disillusioned by stuff that, again, Hawkeye's not popular anyway. But if the MCU was cooking at that time with everything they did, which they weren't, more people would have had eyeballs on it. Yeah. More people would have had eyeballs on, the new Avengers / Thunderbolts. More people would have had eyes on Fantastic Four First Steps.
Yep.
And so, to that point, because I know one of my buddies, he said he thought that, with, going back to the box office with this, that, that he said that Doomsday is going to smash, the box office records. And I'm like, dude, I think you're overselling Doomsday.
It's one of those things where Doomsday is a scary proposition right now, because it's we know the Spider-Man movies have been super consistent, and it's because they're not MCU movies. They're in the MCU, yes, but they are Sony movies.
Right.
And dude, the people at Sony have to be loving this right now. They made their nut for the year. But so they have the say over the character and how the character is presented. My nitpick was the Hulk.
Okay.
I think the movie could have been done without the Hulk. It was great to see Savage Hulk come back. And I also think this is the thing, because Hulk isn't in Doomsday either, because Spider-Man's not going to be in Doomsday. They're in Secret Wars. Both of them are in Secret Wars, though.
Right, yeah.
But the best thing that came out of the Hulk was to get rid of that awful Professor Hulk character and give us the Savage Hulk back. I think it could have been done in a prequel, or in a in an opening stinger of Secret Wars, or even in an end credit scene in Doomsday. I do think I know what the end credit scene of Doomsday. If it's not what it should be the Venom bit from the end credit from No Way Home, Finding Peter.
Oh yeah. So I could see what you're saying with the Hulk. I really enjoyed that the Hulk was in there. And
I did too. I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I just think
I will actually piggyback on your point though. as far as the idea of him being in here is so people know that the Savage Hulk is back.
Yep.
Because what you're saying, yes, you could work it out in the stinger or, the cold open of the movie. I don't think that works as well, especially a movie that's going to be packed anyway.
Sure.
So people coming in knowing that this is the Hulk, and again, like you said, I wonder what the end credit or the post credits are going to be for Doomsday and how Spider-Man and Hulk, if they are going to fit into that or not. That's one of the things that
Well,
I'm very curious
I imagine there will be one with Spider-Man, and then there'll be one with Hugh Jackman.
Yeah. So, but going back to what I was saying, I was saying, they people that think Doomsday is going to crush it because of what this did, like you said, it's a risky proposition. And this is the other thing. While I definitely think if it's still Doomsday on that weekend, and Doom Part 3 does not move,
right?
Yes, that's going to be affected more. But don't think that Doomsday will not be affected by Dune coming out, because there will be people that go see Dune.
Dune doesn't have to make as much money as Doomsday does.
Yeah, and so there's going to be a material difference. It could be $10 or $15 million. Yeah. I don't know that they could get from Doomsday that people will go see Dune that weekend instead. I know a lot of people are in this bubble that, because I like it and the people I know would see. Well, I'm gonna see both, but you'll probably see both. I don't know about Dune Part 3.
No,
here.
I'm definitely going to see Dune Part 3 so I can bitch about it.
But
I'm sorry,
again,
hold on. Let me rephrase that. Dune Part 3 so I can bitch about it.
But there are absolutely going to be people that see Part 3 versus Doomsday.
Yeah.
That's just the nature of the beast. So thinking that this is because Spider-Man did this, I don't think Doomsday is going to crack the Spider-Man record. I just don't.
No.
Especially with Dune Part 3 there on the same weekend.
Yeah. No, you're right. I just think that I don't know. I don't really like Robert Downey Jr. as Doom. I'm not bought in on that.
I love the voice. I know people don't. I really like the accent. I don't know about the character and how it's going to work.
Yeah.
I that's one of those things I just don't know.
He's not going to have like a scarred up face or anything like that. He's just Tony Stark. He's not going to be Victor Von Doom. He's going to be a Tony Stark variant.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean the variant part, but what you're saying about he's just going to be a Tony Stark? No, I don't see that at all. He's not going to have the humor. He's not going to have the snark of Tony Stark, and that's a major part of.
But I'm just saying that's why he's going to be a variant, right, from another time or multiverse or whatever.
I see what you're saying.
There were all the different Kangs in that stadium.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't care about that as long as he acts and behaves like you would assume a Doom would, or similar. I don't care if he's a variant.
But I mean, we're definitely going to see. Okay, go ahead.
I was just saying, I don't like using him, to be fair, as this character. I don't really like it, even though I think he's going to do a great job. I'm not a fan of that character rehash or actor rehash type thing in the same universe as they're doing here.
You mean like Lobo and Aquaman?
It's different universes, but I get the point. Yeah, but this is the same. I'm not a fan of it. I think he'll do fine.
I mean, it's like every James Gunn thing where he's got his brother playing 7 different characters. I've had enough. We're good.
Yes.
But that being said, yeah, I'm torn. There's a new X-Men movie coming out. So this is the issue with announcing these things. So the original Fox X-Men, that universe is getting obliterated at the very beginning of Doomsday. We're going to see those characters for less than 5 minutes.
Which hurts my heart.
And it's going to be the same thing with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Yeah, I just
So back to this though.
I was about to say, let's get back to the great stuff.
The the pacing in the middle of the movie kind of got away from them a little bit, but it found its footing pretty quick. I think once he realized when he realized how he messed up putting the inhibitor on Jean, that's to me was the start of the third, we're in the end game now, Tony. And from there on, like, I was just riveted from everything that happened there, from him figuring out to him going out and like, well, I'm a friend of damage control. You got to let me in because we're pals. And the guards were like, ha, 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 no. Like, from that moment on, when he's yelling at Frank on the phone as Frank's driving that way and he's swinging out to Roosevelt Island, like, I just like everything that happened there was awesome. Leading up to the point where he takes his own inhibitor off, and that's where like the whole duality of the character, when he realizes when he's talking to Jean, who is struggling with trauma, because the whole VMAX thing turned out to be not what she thought it was. He realized, hold on, I can't go down the road this girl is going, and there's only one way to help her.
Right. And again, one of those things, especially when we're in the middle of watching season 2 of X-Men.
Yeah.
And I actually went back and I'm watching season 1 as well. Is you knew from the start, the second when he talked to Professor Brent Banner, and he's talking about, can it, shut down all mutations? The mutant collars.
Yep.
That's where that comes from.
Yep.
I will say the instance where we get him, it was like a wrestling match where you have that false finish, and he stops Jean, and then he hangs out with Ned and MJ with his mask on, which is great, by the way. And
well, like in the bathhouse too, where he had the mask on, he's like, anonymous superhero, it doesn't really do much for me to take my mask off. But but playing building the Legos with Ned and MJ.
That was so good.
He had that normalcy, and that right there is what led him to be, understand he can do both.
Right.
It's like the little girl in the meme. Why not both?
Yeah. So that felt like a false finish.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
And I remember I did watch a spoiler-free video from Film Threat, and they were talking about, like, there was a scene where it feels like it's 2 movies. I wouldn't call it 2 movies, but I knew exactly once it happened. I was like, this is what they were talking about. And I can see it wasn't, but the reason I say it doesn't feel like 2 movies, because it's not disjointed. We've both seen movies where something similar happened, and it's like, did you just add this on for shits and giggles? Like, well, this is not necessary. It was absolutely necessary to do this, and you can maybe argue the way they went about it, but it was supposed to be like that. It was supposed to be in a sense where you feel comfortable, like the hero won, but oh wait, the hero realizes he screwed up, and he has to make amends for that. As well as making amends with himself. So it was that false finish, but hey, that last ride was phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
And not just from an action perspective. I love, speaking of action, the way the hand fought like one organism. That was fantastic.
It was awesome. I mean, that whole fight scene was great. Like it was a cage match. Like he was trapped. He got cornered. We haven't talked a lot about like his transformation into the man spider thing, but the whole like the way he used when he had the organic, when like he accepted everything and could power up at will. And I think for the first time, this Spider-Man was on the right power level for Spider-Man, because he's been a little like underpowered in the MCU. But when he's like, when he presses his wrists together and like makes the giant web as he spins through and then like closes the loop, like that was the coolest scene.
Yeah, I wish they didn't put that in the trailer. I saw one.
I didn't see that trailer though.
Yeah,
because that wasn't in the teaser, and that's all I watched.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if it was the first. I think it was the first official, like the long trailer or whatever that I saw. But I saw that scene, and I was like, and it wasn't until watching the movie where I thought, man, I wish they didn't have that. I wish this was my first time seeing it. But it was still. It doesn't take away from it at all. But I might have geeked out a little bit more.
You would have geeked out harder.
Yeah.
You'd be like fangirling, like, oh my goodness, it's spinning spider webs. Yeah, I thought, like, I was terrified they were going to do the thing from the Spider-Man the Animated Series where he grew the arms out, like.
Oh yeah,
that, like, so much of this movie had like really good like practical stuff to it, and it really helps that like he's so athletic and can do things where it's him and not a stunt double.
Right. Yeah. It's they just going back to it, they picked the perfect actor for Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. We need to find the next kid playing Billy Elliot and start grooming him to replace Tom at some point. I don't want kids to play Spider-Man anymore. I don't want any more teenage Spider-Man stories. I only want adult Spider-Man stories.
Yes.
Because that's there for everybody. So there was that. There was a good like little funny scene where when he wakes up in the cocoon and sneaks back in and he steals the girl's clothes from the laundry room.
Is that my shirt?
Is that my shirt? No. But then he walks out wearing her juicy sweatpants. That was really funny. I did like the red herring about Keith David's voice.
I did not realize. Yeah, I did not know he was in that.
Yeah.
And two, when
that was in the teaser trailer, his voice talking about the spider, and everyone was like, is Keith David gonna be Professor X?
I did forget that was a thing going around.
And it's honestly. Like, no, he's not. They're not going to make Keith David Professor X. And please don't make it Bill Skarsgård either, for that matter. That guy sucks.
No, I like Bill Skarsgård is really good.
In what?
In the roles he played.
In what?
Every
roles?
role I've seen. In every role
Have you watched Boy Kills World?
I have never seen that.
Then that movie did talk to me about Bill Skarsgård being good at anything.
Dude, okay, I'm going to say this gently. I want to be gentle with this. You know how dumb that is, saying a guy is a bad in a role?
He was bad as Pennywise because he was too cute. He was adorable. I just wanted to tousle his hair and be like, oh, look at you, little clown guy. You're so cute with your dancing.
What about the slobber though? There's nothing cute about the slobber.
He was horrible in the Crow remake.
Who was good in the Crow remake?
Nobody.
Exactly.
But he was horrible. He should have known better. We talk about these actors who should know better to take roles, for appropriating gingers, and he should have known better. He should have been like, you know what? The Crow is a nearly perfect movie. I'm not doing this. And you shouldn't either. The Crow Wicked Prayer with David Boreanaz and John Connor, what's his name? The kid was Edward Furlong, which is horrible. Horrible. Was better than Bill Skarsgård's Crow movie. So no, we do not want him as Professor X. Anyway, all right. So the final scene when Jean gets her telekinesis and she has telekinetically stopped the world in a 1.5 mile radius, right? And you got Frank who's like, I'm gonna kill her. I don't care what you say. I'm gonna kill her. The interstitial from him getting ready to shoot to Peter letting Jean into his mind and then letting her have that conversation with Aunt May is one of the coolest things. Like, it's one of the most Spider-Man things. It's the empathy that he has. He understands that Jean doesn't have an Aunt May or an Uncle Ben, but neither does Peter, or this version of Peter. But she needed to have someone tell her, you can be loved. You are special. You're not a monster.
Yeah.
And it was such a great scene. And Marissa Tomei killed it, because it was just, it was a memory in Peter's mind. So there was nothing else happening. It was such a cool scene.
And it's more than that to me, because what they did with that memory is we get to see bits of like the first part of it, twice before that. Mm-hmm. So we never get the whole, and that made it stronger, because if that would have come out of the blue, it would have all been like that Deus Ex Machina type thing. But
no, because he protected that memory when she tried to get into his head.
Right. Yeah, that's the first thing that knocks her out.
So people...
And to see that...
Oh, good.
I was about to say, to see that throughout the movie and then have it come... That again, that is just fantastic forethought in writing and saying, you know what, this is going to be a core part of our movie, a core part of this story.
It's core memory.
And it's a core part of Peter.
Mm-hmm.
So like what she's telling him, what Aunt May is telling him, it's not just it's for him to remember as well as it is for Jean. Mm-hmm. So to have that through line in there, just kind of like sprinkled in, I mean, that made it all the more powerful. And it was fantastic.
So Spider-Man is immune to mind control and mind reading because of his spider sense.
Which, again, by the way, I mean, that they did a great job in No Way Home showcasing that, like the spider sense thing, as far as when he got knocked out of his body by Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that was great. He was like, that was the coolest thing ever.
Don't do it again.
Yeah. But yeah, it was, but okay. So people were complaining about Jean, right? Like, oh, well, she's a monster. Or she's this, she's that. You have to remember when she got introduced in X-Men, she was like, and I'm not even talking about like the Famke Janssen version, like in the comics and stuff, like her powers were out of control. I thought it was really interesting that she had such control of her powers. And I actually like that better, because I like that she was intentional, because she's like, at the end of the day, she's trying to find her sister no matter what, right? There's nobody who can get in her way that she won't stop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I didn't like how callous they I don't think it did a service to the character, though. It made her a little bit less empathetic. Like, it drew a little less empathy from me. Sure. It doesn't mean that. And again, the empathy that I got, it's also partially Sadie Sink. It's her job. It's her performance.
So who was she in Stranger Things?
She was Mad Max. She was
that the girl who they put the headphones on and she's like floating up to the sky? Okay, because I don't think I was still watching when she joined.
Well, I thought you said you watched season 2.
I did watch season 2
because she came in season 2 with her brother, who was the asshole.
The Red Power Ranger.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, then I don't really remember a ton of it, because I didn't.
I mean, that was what, 2017.
Yeah, so I mean, that's a long time ago. She was a little kid.
Right.
She's got a Bryce Dallas Howard vibe to her.
I could see that
in a good way,
like
in a good way, because I like Bryce Dallas Howard. I thought she killed it. I thought she killed the whole role. Yes. I love how she kept calling him a sad spider.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a sad spider.
This makes me look forward to seeing her when they bring the X-Men through.
Yeah, it all depends on who they cast as Cyclops.
It depends on who they cast as ever. Like, just the casting. Well, I know you're, for Cyclops or Jean Grey, and Psych is one of your favorites. But which you're right, you have to get the right kid. But the casting in and of itself,
like I thought Tyler Sheridan and
Turner.
Turner. I was gonna say Stark. Sophie Turner. I thought they had great chemistry as Scott and Jean. Of course, it was the backwards, like she was helping him rather than him helping her. But that's neither here nor there.
What did Mystique say? The women are always saving the men. Should name it X women.
Yeah,
that was one of the worst lines in the history of movies.
Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I just like the action is great. The character development is great. The callbacks are really good. And then it's heartfelt. Like that's the best thing. Like, that's what Marvel has been missing since Winter Soldier, really, is a heartfelt movie.
Well, they've had a couple. Whatchamacallit, Thunderbolts was heartfelt, but there was it wasn't. It didn't have. Yeah, it was. Well, I can have this. A nice little TED talk about how it isn't. That type of movie, but it doesn't.
How Spider-Man isn't?
No. Like Thunderbolts, but what Thunderbolts. I'll compare it to because they had very strong cores, but Thunderbolts is like that draft that needed a few more reworkings in the sense of making it the best of it can be, while Spider-Man Brand New Day was the best that it can be. Mm-hmm. You went through several iterations. They smoothed out the edges. It balanced the serious nature with the comedy in a way where there was, even with the Yelena stuff, it fit with that scene.
Right.
But I never felt like there are a couple moments in Thunderbolts, and there are moments throughout the MCU where the comedy is thrown in and it disrupts what's going on.
Yeah.
And that's why I call this like the best version of that, where it's like the comedy works.
Well, it worked too, because she's like, "Oh, you're just a sad man," and then when he's Skyping, Zoom, whatever, video chatting with her,
yeah,
and Ned pops in, and she goes, "Oh, the sad man has friends." Like that was the payoff for that scene,
right? Yeah. So again, it made sense.
Yeah,
but
I just think there weren't any like hanging threads.
No, that's what I mean. It's that perfect draft that it went through where it was like, we're not going to, how many of these movies have they been filming and they're like, oh, still working on the draft. And this had a strong outline.
Yeah.
This had a strong first, second, third, fourth, fifth draft. And then the final product was the strongest of all. And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
A lot of movies don't do that, especially movies in this genre.
Yeah. I mean, it's most of them, to be honest.
That is yes. Even the good ones, but like I said, even the good ones, the ones I like and think are solid, they still have that problem at times, and this one did.
Mm-hmm. All right, so out of 10, you're a real spider now, Harry or Peter. What do you give this?
I give it a straight 9 out of 10. I told you from the start when I went to see it, I was hovering between the 8.8 and 9.2. I flirted with the 9.1, but it's a straight 9 out of 10. I believe this is my highest rated movie of the year thus far. It's another one of those guaranteed, like no doubt about it, going to be in my top 5, probably top 3.
This is my top 1 movie of the year.
Yeah,
like there's no doubt. I mean, when this is able to buy, I'll pay $30.
Yeah. So I mean, fantastic movie, fantastic time. Like I said, this goes beyond just like a superhero drama or superhero MCU type stuff movie. Yeah. This is something that you can watch outside of that, not care about anything else going outside or anything that comes after it, and watch this over and over and over again.
And over and over.
And over again.
So after I saw it Thursday at noon, I had to fight the urge to continually go back to the theater.
Yeah.
On Thursday, I watched it. I went to the gym. I watched it. I went home. On Friday, I went to the gym. I was like, it's just 4 blocks away. And there's a showing starting in like 8 minutes on Saturday. It's just 4 blocks away. And there's a showing starting, yeah. And then on Sunday, it's like, well, I'm going to see it at 1. I don't need to go see it at 8:45.
There you go. Look at that.
Restraint. Look at me. I didn't spend $80 on Spider-Man this weekend. But I mean, this was like, He-Man was the first movie in a long time that I was happy to go see a second time. This is the first movie in a long time that I want to, I'll see it at least one more time in the theater.
Yeah. I'm really wanting to see this again.
Probably by myself because I love going to the movies by myself.
Yeah. I've been that guy since high school.
Yep, same. All right. On that note, thank you for listening. It's Wednesday, August 5th. This is going to be up shortly from when we finish recording. So we'll see you tomorrow on our regularly scheduled program.
Lots to talk about.
Too much to talk about. We got to narrow that down.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we will.
But it's also August 5th, so Ted Lasso's back. Not getting great reviews. But again, I read a piece in, I think it was Variety. No, it wasn't Variety. I read a piece about Spider-Man. I think it might have been like the New Yorker, where the guy was like, oh, well, it's just not great. It's so sad, Peter. It's like, okay, you're being a contrarian douche. So, and they put staff writer in the byline because they knew it was a bad take.
Yeah, if you're gonna have a take, it's stand by.
I don't remember what magazine it was. So
yeah, but if you're gonna have a take, stand by it.
Yep,
like simple as that.
Dude, I put my name on everything. So, all right. On that note, we will talk to y'all later. Remember, be infamous. The Infamous Podcast is recorded in Kings Mills, Ohio, just north of Cincinnati. You can find new episodes every Sunday on Apple Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcast, our website, or anywhere podcasts are downloaded. This show is hosted by Darryl Jasper and me, Brian Tudor. To find more information about the show, visit us at infamouspodcast.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Infamous Podcast to keep up with the show. We also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/infamouspodcast. We have some great rewards for our patrons and are looking for help to grow the show to bring you more of the content you want to hear. Music for this podcast is provided by Michael Henry from meetmichaelhenry.com. So, whenever you're listening to us, have a great day, night, evening, weekend, whenever it is, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening. Later. The Infamous Podcast is recorded in Kings Mills, Ohio, just north of Cincinnati. You can find new episodes every Sunday on Apple Podcast, YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcast, our website, or anywhere podcasts are downloaded. This show is hosted by Darryl Jasper and me, Brian Tudor. To find more information about the show, visit us at infamouspodcast.com and follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Infamous Podcast to keep up with the show. We also have a Patreon page, patreon.com/infamouspodcast. We have some great rewards for our patrons and are looking for help to grow the show to bring you more of the content you want to hear. Music for this podcast is provided by Michael Henry from meetmichaelhenry.com. So, whenever you're listening to us, have a great day, night, evening, weekend, whenever it is, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for listening.